Indian media company Videocon D2H going public on the NASDAQ, backed by two prominent American media executives, Harry Sloan, former CEO of MGM Studios, and Jeff Sagansky, former co-president of Sony Pictures. Jeff joining us from the NASDAQ. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
You have had numerous jobs in the content creation business in the U.S. At NBC, for instance, you helped develop the shows Miami Vice and Cheers. Why is an Indian media company more attractive to you as an investment rather than something in the U.S.?
Well, India, for a number of reasons. First, India is the fastest growing pay market in the world. There are 148 million pay subscribers, and there's still 100 million Indian homes that have yet to buy their first TV. So you've got years and years of growth ahead.
The fact that the business model that Videocon has, it being similar to DirecTV in the U.S. We know in the U.S. DirecTV has had its share of issues. It might merge with AT&T. It's got some competition from Netflix and others. So I guess why is Videocon, given the growth potential and demographics, still not hampered at all by the way it distributes the content?
Well, it's really a function of the market. First of all, in India, there are 6 providers of satellite TV. But Videocon actually was the last entrant. They've only been in business for 5 years. And what might have been a disadvantage actually has proved to be a big advantage because they basically have built off the most technologically efficient platform. So they've got the most bandwidth and are able to offer the most channels. And in India, that's important because there are 9 different languages and they offer a full panoply of channels for all the different language groups.
And how are they going to monetize all that content?
Well, they don't actually own the content. They basically make a deal with the big content companies and they distribute to, right now, 13 million subscribers. So, as I said, there are 6 players. There are 4 players that really have about a 20% market share. And Videocon, over their life, their 5-year life, has been the fastest growing of all the competitors. So they really have superb technology, great execution, and the family that started it is the largest manufacturer of electronics in India, and that has been a big plus for them.
When you look at the growth potential of a company like this, is there any U.S. media company that compares to it in terms of potential for growth?
There really isn't. If you just look at their last 12 months, which ended March 31st, they grew revenues 35% and they grew EBITDA 50%. So there's nothing in the United States that compares with this kind of growth rate. And again, you've got many, many millions of homes that have yet to buy their first TV, and you've got a mandatory digitization that's happening in India, which is adding, literally tens of millions of new satellite homes.
Are you seeking to make additional investments either in India or anywhere else abroad that might have similar growth potential?
Well, right now, and for the next 5 years, the IMF is saying that India is going to be the fastest growing economy in the world. And then you've got a government which has been very encouraging to foreign investment. So those two things really make India very unique. And, we would certainly look at other investments in India, but right now we're concentrating on Videocon, and Videocon has got a very, very bright future ahead of it.
What about investments in the U.S.? If you were to do that, would it be on the content creation side or distribution side, or is the U.S. just not of interest?
Well, I think the distribution side is very challenged, and it's challenged because of the over-the-top phenomena that's happening. It's siphoning millions of eyeballs away from advertising and from linear television. So I think if you're going to invest in the United States, it has to be in the content area. And obviously, the content with distribution is probably the best model, and that's really the model that all the cable channels are trying to pursue. But the problem is that on the linear side, on the advertising side, it's very, very challenging.
Jeff Sagansky, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
I'm Rhonda Schaffler for The Street.